Australian virus, I'm going to get my computer.
No, I'm just going to plug this into the...
Oh, it's the computer. Yeah, you can plug it to the computer.
Hey!
Do that again, I dare you.
Yeah. Do I need that? Can you hear me at the back?
Without the microphone.
Can you hear me?
Anyway.
Yeah, cool. G'day, I'm Rob, one of the 22 students on this year's Hunts course, and somehow I got roped into, thank you Gary, who's not here, to doing a little presentation. I've just got a couple of slides, and I know there's a couple of the other guys who want to say some words just in terms of the experience over the last 9 weeks. This is all of us here on the NAV weekend, which was a big learning experience for me. Not necessarily stuff I wanted to learn, but really, you know, one of the things that there was so much out of this course, and I got so much more than I expected, including my own limits. Having started hunting the beginning of last year, so I'm a novice. I may look old, I am, but I've only just started hunting, and I think in my head I'm still 25. But what the NAV weekend really showed me is that I sure am not 25. But one of the things about all the instructors through the whole course was everyone was incredibly supportive, and really I think helped each of us to do the best that we could as individuals. So, wrong button. So that was the schedule. I think 9 weeks, as Trev said, huge amount of input from all the instructors. They gave up a massive amount of time, which all of us really, really appreciated. And I've just, so a lot of stuff, right? But these are kind of some of the things that we learned along the way. Some of them I expected to do. I mean, it's a hunting course, so you learn how to shoot, and you learn how to sharpen a knife, and you learn how to cut up an animal. Some of the things I hadn't really thought about, river crossings for me was a biggie. I'd never really crossed a river before, and so stepping into the Hutt River and getting up above my knees was when it wasn't moving that fast, was kind of a light bulb moment in terms of, you know, some of the things you just need to be conscious of when you're out in the bush. So we covered a heap of stuff, and I think all of us came out of it a hell of a lot better prepared. The trip planning one was another one. I did a trip many years ago, not hunting but hiking, where no one knew where I was. I was prepared reasonably well, but way out of my depth. Long story short, I got out of it, but if I had needed help, no one knew exactly where I was or when to expect me out, things like that. So just things like that I now think about or going to think about when I'm going out into the bush. One of the key things that I really learned, I laughed out loud when I did first aid with Ted, was the difference between medical hands and pervy hands. It wasn't a term that I was familiar with, but when you're actually assessing someone who's having a medical emergency, it's important to use medical hands, so thanks for that, Ted. I might just get, I think Pete, you wanted to say a couple of things, or Jeff, or Spence. I just put so there's just a couple of photos there of, you know, some of the activities that we got up to over the 9 weeks, and I just invite whoever wants to come up. Spence, do you want to mic that?
No. I haven't prepared anything, but I just want to say what an awesome course. I mean, for any of you guys out there that are thinking about doing the Hunts course, just do it. It's just been amazing. I mean, I think it's been inspirational for me to see the instructors and the time that you guys have given to us for this course. All of you have been incredible. And the friendships you make with your fellow students has been awesome. and we've had a lot of laughs. Some of us have got new nicknames.
Hackman,
Fat man.
Foggy,
Foggy Foreshot.
Jack the Miss. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, and it's been a great course. And yeah, as you, Rob, I mean, I've only started hunting the last couple of years, and I've learned a lot. And I've got Guy Jackson, and he's getting into hunting down south, and I think it'd be a great thing for you to do as well, mate. So, yeah, that's what I want to say. Thank you very much to HVNZDA and Hunt Sports organisers.
Thank
You guys want to say, pretty much say what the other guys said, really thanks to the staff. The amount of time that those guys put into it, and not just the time, the enthusiasm, the effort, the professionalism, they were only there for one reason, and that was for us to get better. And for that length of time, says a lot. For me, that's actually me there, carrying out the first deer I ever shot. And for those of you obviously who are hunters, you know that's a pretty special emotional moment. And I was actually quite vulnerable and open, and I could share that with the guys there in a really safe space. And I don't think I've ever been able to have such open conversations with some people about what I was thinking, led on to other conversations, and actually, you know, that experience of going hunting and being able to talk about what I felt carrying out that first deer, it was fucking, excuse my language, it was fantastic. So if you haven't done the course or you're thinking of going on it, I absolutely recommend it. Forget all the stuff about the hunting, it's actually a wonderful life experience that I hugely enjoyed. Just again to the staff, and actually all the guys on the course, we all had some fun. I don't think I've been with that many people where there was no obvious dickhead. Usually there's one. And unless it's me. The missus wants to say something.
Oh.
Red can't be found
I would just like to say thank you. I've just seen my husband grow in hunting, his confidence, and I thought, wow, all this time at home on my own. And he was bugging off. It was fantastic.
Good job, man.
Wow, oh, you've written something.
I've written something.
I'm
I've got a
impressed.
presentation, mate. Okay, I'll make it on. Okay. Shall I wait? Yes. Yeah, I'm another Rob. There's three of us, and yeah, of course, all the instructors, Mark, for being the head honcho, organising everything. Great Trev and JB, who pass out on our group. So yeah, we all had a great time, and I think every group bonded so well and enjoyed their actual hunt, the hunt weekend. And I've got up there, there's me with my deer I was processing or cutting up there. And also a special shout out to Ross. He showed me the piranha method. Can you guess why it's called the piranha method? So he takes all the meat off, including between the ribs, and that was, you know, I shot one deer, and I was so weighed down. And I recommend to anyone, if you want to learn how to take maximum meat, and you know, I think that's what we're there to do, is take the most that you want to take. Find out from Ross how to do it, because that was awesome. And also the hides. My wife was going to come tonight, but she's actually at home water blasting the hides. So yeah, that's awesome. Thanks very much to all of you.
What you didn't say, Rob, is that your pack was so heavy because you had Johannes's height. You looked for about an hour and couldn't find. Anyway, Jeff.
I'll shout.
Okay.
I'm Jeff. I'm your totem Brit for this evening. And it was 9 weeks ago when we sat around hunting and fishing. And you asked us what I wanted to get from the course. And I wanted to understand what hunting was about in New Zealand. I come from the UK, and it's very different. We don't have near as many accessible areas to hunt, you have to have permissions, and it turns out to be very, very expensive. And the second one, I wanted to meet like-minded souls, like these fellas. And throughout the whole course, I think I can categorise it as in two areas. There are
things I thought I really could do, but it turned out I couldn't. And there was things I thought I may not be able to do, and I actually managed to do them. So I've got some examples here. The first one is knife sharpening. So I served an apprenticeship as a fitter grinder, and I sharpened many, many knives. So we had the course with Brendan. I found out that I can't actually sharpen a knife. So he showed us that sharp knife, and actually I think I could almost get a knife Brendan sharp now. Not quite, I can't shave myself. I think I got one hair off and I stopped. I got one hair because I didn't want to cut myself and end up in one of Ted's videos. Butchery, or as I call it, disassembly. I'm a mechanical engineer. I thought, it's one thing I've never done before, and I thought it was really going to be my Achilles heel. I've never done anything like that. I've shot in the UK, I've done loads of shooting. There's normally vermin like crows and foxes. You don't tend to open them up and eat them, you just chuck them away. So I was really worried about the butchery. But again, this Brendan is making another appearance here. He took us through the butchery. It's really good. But I have to apologise to Brendan. I don't know how many times he told me to hold the knife correctly. I mean, hold it this way, Many thanks. So I managed to do that. So that was a big accomplishment. Navigation, yeah, I thought that'd be easy. This is one of the things I could do. No, I got lost straight away. 24 degrees off. Someone convinced me, I think in the room here, to go 24 degrees the wrong way, and I did. Shooting skills. So that's one of these. I've shot for a fair number of years, probably 10, 12 years. And I really thought there'd be no dramas for that. I was quite disappointed with my performance, quite frankly. I really was. But Paul is Paul here tonight. Is it Paul? Is it Paul?
He's down the back.
Wait, Paul.
Wait, goes away, Paul.
No, it wasn't that Paul. Another Paul.
You've done nothing, Paul.
I realised I'd never been taught to shoot. I got a firearm in the UK, got a gun and started shooting. I've never been taught. So for the first time in my life, I was actually taught to shoot, which is great. So that improved things a lot. And it was put to the vote with 2 goats. So one voted rubbish, as I saw this goat, and it was in the crosshairs. I lay down on the bag. I was all prepared for it. It's about 100 metres away. I'm sure I was going to get it. I didn't miss the thing. I don't know how I missed it. But the next one voted for a good shot, and he's voted for my freezer tonight. The course, it's already mentioned it, the course really covers a wide range of ages. You know, I'm not the youngest here. There was a 19-year-old in the course. A range of fitness, we had some people super fit and some others not so fit. A wide skills base and a wide experience base. They managed to take all of that and make a course that suited everybody, which I think is pretty special. All the staff were very experienced, very approachable. Some were very loud, but all were really enthusiastic. And someone's already mentioned it. If they're so enthusiastic, you can't help but pick up pearls of wisdom and learn. And the course exceeded my expectations. And finally, if there's anyone here from the police firearms licensing department, I really want to get my license. Is there any chance of pushing it through?
That's what I did. And which was quite interesting because on the hunts weekend, you know, a couple of times I believe there were some animals that took more than one, probably, you know, too many more than one to actually drop the animal, to which point I think Pete commented at one stage, are the animals firing back? So, but just a couple of other photos here I want to point out that Ross, the cameraman, like, you've documented these. None of these are my photos. These are all the ones that Ross has put up on our Facebook page. There's bloody hundreds of them, and mate, thank you for capturing that, because it is someone's shared a life experience, and to be able to have those memories is awesome. And I took a photo of this particular target. I'm pretty sure it's mine. There's no evidence to support that, but I think it is. And I think that's pretty much me. I don't think there was too much more to show. Oh, this was, I just wanted to highlight this before we go. This was group 4. This was the group I was in when we were out hunting on Friday at Makawhai Station, it was truly not great weather, it was awful, but I'd just like to, the bonding of the and just the closeness was something special. So look, thanks to all the instructors, this is them all lined up. That didn't include John, who was fantastic on the range, and a couple of others who I don't think were there. And just summarising, yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, it's bloody awesome. And I've even put the email in there, Trev, as a bit of an advertisement. So thanks, fellas. Thanks for all your hard work.
Okay, team. Just for me, I'm the hunts coordinator, Mark Soper, so I took over this year from Danielle. Just to say a few words and then we'll crack into the certs. As already highlighted, we ran the course from the 14th of September to the 17th of November. Planned out 6 Saturday sessions that averaged about 7 hours a session for these guys, as well as a nav weekend over at Waikuku Lodge and a hunt weekend which we just had up in Makawhai Station. To give you an idea of times or hours and so forth, on average for the Saturday sessions we had 6 volunteers staff up there, which equated to 42 hours total time the staff were devoting every Saturday. Over those 6 sessions is 252 hours that were devoted to these students. Alright. Nav weekend, 10 staff were supporting that, which worked out with a total of 27 hours effectively working time that the staff put into assisting these students manage their navigation, aka not get lost or re-steer them onto the direction they should be going, as well as emergency shelters, and generally getting them through understanding game trails, etc. and those sorts of things, starting to build that picture for them so when they do go into the bush, life is good. Hunt weekend went really, really well, albeit with trying conditions on the Friday. Hey, it's hunting. All up with 12 staff up there supporting with 3 staff in each squad, students. We put in a total of 21 hours for those over that weekend to support those students achieve their goals, which is nailing a goat or nailing a fallow deer, putting it in the chiller, be able to take it home, freezer, feed the family. Right? And that was the culmination of the whole course. Again, none of this is ever possible without a number of people giving up their time, all right, to help the students succeed on the course. And some of those brilliant people are here tonight, and some are unable to make it. However, when I read these names out, can I get these people to please come up to the front? All right. Ivan Morrison, Gary Johnson, Ted, Neil McAlpine, Pete Drone, John Leith, John Taylor, or JT, JV, Trev Grattan, Danny O'Connell, Jason McHenry, Darren Drury, Ross Nava, Mike Mills, Brendan Gregg, Paul Cole. Can those guys that are here please come up the front?
Let's give you a country.
You won't need somebody touch his camera, mate.
Yeah, Ross, go, you have to put the camera down.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the staff that put in the time and effort to support the 22 students for this year. Can you please show your appreciation and give them a round of applause?